Hello and welcome back to ARAH. That is the G.I. Joe Real American Hero Custom Club. I'm your host and founder, Wild Bill Hardy. In this series, we have been discussing Article 8, Merchandising and Promotional Standards. We just got through the last video discussing swag rules. And here we're going to go over equally important, the team website creation. Okay, so let me preface this as okay, so you've got a team put together, right? You've got your members that you need. You have your team leader selected. You have your assistant team leader selected. You have your artwork selected. You have, sent all that to the powers that be. In this case, would be the sector command first sergeant, who looks over everything, says, okay, everything's in order. By the power and authority invested in him through the top brass, he or she is authorized to say, here's your team designation. You're free to produce your own swag. And here's where we're going to get into your own website if you want, right? When we have a club website, we will link to that. We could see about adding it to our website. But if the team so chooses to have its own website, bear in mind that they are, they are accepting or taking responsibility 100% of all the costs that go in that involved in that. They take all the responsibility for, the web hosting and the web mastering of that sort of thing, unless some other arrangements have been made with a webmaster, our club webmaster, which is currently vacant. So let's get into the rules here. So when teams are created, they are allowed to start producing swag and social media outlets. Okay, I just kind of discussed that a bit. All swag items fall under the purview of the sector command quartermaster. Okay. While team website falls under the purview of the sector command information officer, which is true. It really kind of falls under that guy's. Side note here, unless you're reaching out to the club webmaster, if and when we ever have one again, that's another bridge to cross. But the content of your website definitely falls under the authority of the sector command information officer. So team leaders are free to use any forms of social media, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You know how old this is. Twitter's now called X, and websites, etc. Teams are required to link all social media outlets to the club's social media outlets as applicable, meaning our Facebook page, our main website when it's created and up to spec. Team leaders may not charge dues to pay for the cost of the website. Okay, I've gone into this a little bit in previous videos. My club, our club, this club, we don't charge dues. If we did, that would certainly help with operational costs like website hosting. It would certainly help with swag creation, but I chose not to go that route simply because if I'm going to err, I'm going to err on the side of caution. And the whole notion of not for profit really rings with me, and I don't want dues to ever become assets, if that makes any sense. I don't want dues coming in, and now we've got coffers. Now we've got what Hasbro might consider profits, if that makes any sense. So just as it is corporately, it is true at the team level. So team leaders don't charge dues. You can ask for donations. And I do all the time. I ask people to, financially support the club. And that's one thing. And I usually ask in the sense, okay, I want to build this project. I want to build this prop. I need help. So anyone who wants to donate to that, will use that money for the building of that prop. Or, hey, I need help with this honorary membership award. Like we used to do plaques, and now I just do certificates and patches because it's cheaper. But, I ask for donations, but I don't ever require them. That's why I don't do dues. So I don't do them at the corporate level. You're not going to do them at the team level. Okay. You can ask for donations. You may not ask for sponsorship from the public either. Okay. That's important. Right. And the reason why that is, I know it's petty, but now you're getting into with who owns what, right? When we donate to our club, it's for the purpose of our club and we own it. You get another entity out there, like for instance, I've never asked for any kind of sponsorship, any corporate sponsorship to help me build. Like one of the things I want to build is I want to build the Armadillo mini tank. I want to build the water moccasin, right? Those are expensive builds, and there's no way that I could ever build them on my own. But I can't ask for any kind of corporate sponsorship. And the reason being is like, I don't want them to own our prop. I don't want them to require us to use our prop to promote their business entity, which is something we will discuss further. That's, we're not in the business of promoting a business entity unless that entity happens to sell, franchise related items like a storefront, right? we could probably have a sponsorship with a store, and it would probably be okay because they're utilizing us to promote their store that is selling their G.I. Joe toys. And then we're utilizing them to help us. We could probably do something like that, but I'd rather avoid that altogether because I don't want someone coming in and telling me, oh, hey, since I paid for that prop, I own that prop. And then that gets us in a sticky situation with the owners of the intellectual property. How dare you have this commercial entity now use this prop that is our intellectual property, as in its likeness is our intellectual property, and now there's a big legal mumbo jumbo there, and I want to avoid that. So we may not ask for sponsorship from the public, either public or private sector corporations. So having a website is a perk of having a local chapter being created. It is up to the local chapter to pay for its own promotion. You do that by soliciting funds from your own membership. You pony it up. Utilizing a fundraiser to do so may be done with the permission of the sector command quartermaster. Okay. And that's kind of a slippery slope too, because again, we're not supposed to be doing anything for profit. And what I would suggest in a situation like that is when you're doing a fundraiser, do a 50-50, right? Do a 50-50 where you apply 50% to, the money raised would be for your operational costs, your swag, your website, hosting, that sort of thing. And then do the other 50%, give it to a charity. That is the quickest way to show that we are not trying to turn a profit here. That everything that we do is trying to be above board. Okay. So all team websites must be linked to the club's website. It contains both the club logo and charter listed on the site. So in other words, You team leaders out there, if you promote your own team charter, you need to be mirroring what is on the club's logo. That is all of our information. That is our charter, our code of conduct, anything that basically everything that ties you to our club. Your website should be mirroring ours to a degree. So why have a website? Well, one of the things that you could do with your own personal websites is to keep a running account of what you're doing, like a calendar, or you can have your membership listed, on your team's website. All members are encouraged to be featured on your local website. However, there's always a but. With any JoeCAD members having their image blacked out for obvious reasons, right? Your JoeCAD members, we aren't going to show pictures of JoeCAD members because they are minors, and the club has a very strict view on how we deal with our minors, right? And how we need to protect them. So any pictures of our kids should not be posted on the websites. Their profile pictures will be blacked out for obvious reasons. It's for their protection. It's to keep the child predators from, looking them up or whatever. So that's it in a nutshell. Team creation, team website creation, rather. Other than that, you're free to do whatever, just so long as you're not violating any swag policies, you're not violating any fundraiser policies, you're not violating any donation policies, you're not violating any code of conduct policies. You're free to do whatever. Okay, so I'm going to end this video. In the next video, we will discuss fundraisers, accepting donations, and probably promotional standards will be in the next video, possibly. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross the bridge when we get there, when we get to that video. But for now, all comments, all questions, all concerns, if you have them, drop them in the comments below, and I will address them. So, as always, Yo Joe, Cobra, knowing is half the battle, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.